Being single in your 30s is really tough. I hear you. I did it. I was single through most of my 30s. I dated someone for like 2 years of them. It is hard when everyone is getting married that you know and people you don't know because you see it on social media or wherever. What I did to be happy is literally choose things every single day that made me happy. So maybe it was grabbing coffee from my favorite coffee shop, or it was going for a walk and listening to my favorite podcast. And I also increased my friend group. And so I didn't just have very close friends. I had acquaintances who were also single and we had a good time together. So we would go out. I just built up my social calendar so much that I didn't feel like I was missing out and I had things to look forward to. And I think that's a huge part of it. I'm not going to tell you the sadness or loneliness is going to go away because it definitely creeps up. But the more you build a life that makes you happy, the less lonely it gets. And I am still single, by the way. And I hear you. You've got this and you're going to be just fine.
I'll tell you why there's such a struggle right now for the single mother. One, society does not support single motherhood. There used to be this thing like, oh, you're a single mother, let us help you. Nobody cares anymore. But the biggest thing that people don't talk about is fewer and fewer men are willing to be stepdads. One of the biggest family secrets has always been that oldest child does not belong to him.
Facts.
That oldest child does not belong to him. Everybody knows it but the oldest child. And there are fewer and fewer men that are willing to sign up for it. And I do believe it's because of the child support laws. And it just takes a lot of money. So please understand that if you become a single mother, you're probably going to most likely raise that child by yourself for the rest of your life. And the men who create single mothers, they hate their single mother mom. So they really don't give a damn about you. They low-key hate her ass. So they're going to hate you too. The moment you look like, act like, and start talking like her. I keep posting these videos because I hope that I save at least one young lady. Do not have a baby with a man until you have been married to him for at least 2 years. At least 2 years. Because once you become a baby mama, you will probably most likely die a baby mama in today's society. These men are not for it anymore.
She is 1000% correct. She could not be any more accurate. There's only one additional thing that she probably missed that needed to be expounded upon, and I'll talk about that shortly. But I think that the most important thing that needs to be taken away from this video is that men are unwilling. And not only that, there are men like me that have large platforms that are willing to beat this thing into the ground because I don't want to see my brothers. I don't want to see my fathers. I don't want to see my uncles. I don't want to, and I'm not saying figuratively or literally, I'm not saying that. I'm saying figuratively, guys of all ages, demographics, colors, and all of that stuff. I didn't experience that. I have both my mother and my father in my life. I am not a baby daddy. And so I just came from the gym and working out with my daughter, and we have a really great relationship, and everything is awesome. Kept my family together, been married for 21 years. But I've seen too many guys, and I've watched too many dudes fall and been on too many coaching calls. And I am an adamant advocate for the idea that you should not go and play another man's save game under any circumstance. It is a zero-sum game. And if you leave it up to people like us that have huge platforms, all of them is going to be alone.
There comes a time in life when you draw a line for yourself and hang up the dating cap and just live your life. My take on being with someone with children, and this is just my opinion, but if it fits, why not? As far as pursuing someone with kids, or anyone at that matter, better to stay alone and wait until she or he comes along, if in fact that's your destiny.
I'm up for adoption. Anyone want to come home to this?
Sitting up there, feeling so high, but you fall.
A lot of men, especially men that don't have children themselves, do not want to date the single mom. And there's very good, valid reasons for it. I would say the most valid reason is because a man understands that he's going to get very attached to the child, and there's no lingering tie between them if they break up. He ends up getting his heart broken, not only from the broken relationship with the woman, the mom, but also with the child. And there's there's nothing linking them. There's no legality for him to be able to continue to see the child. And this can happen 5 years down the road. He's helped raise that child. I think that that is one of the very valid reasons why men talk about this preference. But the problem is that they're oftentimes shamed. And they're usually shamed by single moms that just don't have this understanding. They're not talking for all men. There's going to be groups of men that are okay with dating single moms, and oftentimes they're going to be single dads or just men that are more open-minded about that type of situation.
Dating any woman is dangerous enough without throwing a child that is not yours into the mix. Their kids are now your kids. You will be expected to pick them up from school. You'll be budgeting for 3 or 4 instead of 2. Your schedule will depend on the kids because they're your responsibility now. However, if you decide to discipline them because they're being terrors, she'll let you know that they're not your kids in a second.
Certain realities that women who are dating who have a child and there's not a man that is present, okay, whether that means a single mother or a divorced mother. I just learned that there's a difference between the two. There are harsh realities, and I'm going to get into it in this video. Number one, it is limited options, okay? A lot of men don't prefer to date women with children. It's just, or with even with a child. It's just the reality of it. So we have to be mindful of the fact that our options are limited. Number two, your conduct in how you deal with men is very important. You now have children watching you conduct yourself in your relationships, making certain decisions. So it is very, very important for you to be aware of how you conduct yourself in the relationship. Because there's a child that's present, you have to be very, very careful about the men that you bring around your children. I mean, that is number one. You have to be more careful than you've ever been about who you choose to bring into your life.
Single mums start an interaction with you with the viewpoint of how can you make their life easier, better. The problem is they don't want to reciprocate. In fact, they are going to make your life harder by being a single mom.
When you're a guy and you make money, you want to put and invest your money in your offspring, not in other people's offspring.
Yeah, but
that's just the natural way of the world. That's how things go. Men typically want to take care of their own children. Now,
what if she's a millionaire and she helps and built an empire with that man?
Okay, well, even better. If you're a millionaire, you're going to probably want a guy that's a millionaire too, right?
Exactly, but who said anything about a broke guy?
Yeah, but okay, good. So what do millionaires have that are men?
But my thing is, like...
Hold on, answer the question. What do men have that are millionaires? Options, which means they can date girls that aren't millionaires and be happy. You, on the other hand, can't date a broke guy and be happy. So they can get a girl that's 21, that isn't a millionaire, that doesn't have children, that can give him a family, and he won't have to take on someone else's kids.
So it's acceptable if the woman was married to a man who served in the military. It wasn't her fault. She didn't choose poorly. It was about circumstances. But if she just slept with the wrong kind of man and is now a single woman with kids to take care of, do you really want to be associated with someone who has shown such terrible judgment?
This is why you don't date single mothers. Seriously, you real talk? He probably doesn't give a fuck about you anymore. It's probably the kid that he cares about. That's probably the big reason why he wants to keep seeing you. Like, he's like, man, I don't care. I want to see the kid.
So let the past and present actions of a person give you some idea of what they may do in the future. You can tell a lot about a woman from her past.
If you don't want to end up heartbroken or broke AF, there are 5 things you need to know before you date a single mom. Number 1, you're not her priority. She's got a kid. The kid's the priority. Kids require a lot of attention just to keep the little beasts alive and unharmed. Just the tip number 2, if she's a crappy mom, she's not a keeper. If she can't even care about her kid, she's not going to be able to care about you. Just the tip number 3, it's a package deal. Even if she's an amazing woman, no matter what, if she's coming out of a split or if she's a single mom, she's got baggage. We've all got baggage, but she's got extra baggage. Which brings us to just the tip number 4. You're not my daddy. I know if you've ever dated a single mom, you've heard that. Just the tip number 5, baby daddy is also part of the package deal. Unless baby daddy died, he's still in the picture, even if he isn't.
Nothing could be worse for a child than for its mother to divorce one of its parents and fail to offer a nurturing, secure, and safe home for the child. At the most fundamental level, they have already failed.
We think single motherhood has been around for a long time. It really hasn't. This is a new concept, and they use marketing campaigns to get you to accept it. 1950s, 5%. Not a lot of children born unwed. mothers. We get to 2012, we're almost dang near half. Some communities, 70% of the children born to unwed mothers. Right now, the father absence is a crisis in America. I'm telling you this for a reason, because the guys that want to be fathers, probably half of you, will not even raise your kid from 0 to 18. The systems are already in place for you to not be in that home. So what does that lead to? Kids that grow up without a father, 4 times as much to be raised in poverty, 7 times likely to be a teenage pregnancy victim, more likely to experience child abuse. That's normally because single mother has moved in another man. Child obesity. Are we seeing this today? 2 times as likely to suffer from obesity. 73% of the prison inmates were raised in single-parent households, primarily single mothers.
The issue a lot of women overlook is that all their issues are based only on the men they were involved with. You keep going after the same type of man with those habits, you're going to have the same results. The ones that constantly want to have a good time and go wild are the ones who want someone after their fun is over. Let the independent women figure it out. They don't need a man.
Well, if they're that old and they still want younger girls, there's also a problem.
Well, let's say if he's 40, dating a 20-year-old, would that be weird?
It's pushing it.
Pushing it.
100%. You should have morals as men and as women.
There we go. So
where you do not look at women under a certain age or at that point because it's just morally.
Okay, so you think it's immoral. Who agrees with her? Show of hands.
I don't really know.
It's funny because all of you women have on makeup. The makeup is to cover up wrinkles, to cover up blemishes, to make you look younger. So you're always trying to present yourself in the most youthful way. So with that being said, it can't be immoral if you're actually trying to look young to the guys that you're dating. Like you're 40 years old, but you're putting on makeup trying to look young. Well, if you think that it's weird, why don't you not put on makeup and just actually try to look your age? But the thing is, it can't be weird because you're not trying to look your age. You're all trying to look younger.
That's a good point.
And yet they expect men to work hard all their lives and just hand over the money to these women who only occasionally spread their legs apart for them in order to keep these men hooked to them. Men are now realizing this and not giving in to this manipulation as much as they used to in the past. Men have had enough of the tests and the games.
I find it really stupid when I see men trying to make it a point that single mother standards are way too high. But wouldn't you think that a good mother or a good woman, period, would want the best for her children and want the best around her children? So you best believe that my standards are going to be through the roof. At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself. Because, baby, I devote my life to being a mother and being a good woman so I can be a good mother. So yes, if you want to mess with me on that type of level, you need to prove to me why you are worthy of my time and why you are worthy to be in my child's presence on a consistent basis. Because I'd rather be alone forever than have my time wasted. So let me just make this clear. Don't take me being a single mother with a grain of salt. Just know that I work my ass off and I'm tired, okay? But I work my ass off as I should. So if you come into my life, you should be making things easier, not harder. And that goes for any relationship. But I'm quick to leave all types of situations.
If we look at relationships closely, they are all about power struggles. Women tend to use the notions of love to keep men in their control. Having kids with these women allows them to use men's resources more openly and to their advantage. And women are very shady when it comes to their resources. I have yet to meet a woman who is generous with what she earns or has inherited.
I let them know off rip, I got kids. You can either deal with it or not. You can either come through the door or lock it on your way back out.
Okay, and my answer to that is most guys are not going to. That's the man you described
to your opinion, a lot of women won't.
It's not. I need you to be objective here. What I'm telling you is the man that you described is extremely rare. If you can go ahead and get a younger woman that doesn't have children and doesn't have these things kind of that would potentially weigh him down and hurt his ability to earn money and or save money, he's probably going to go with that. And then also, interestingly enough, when we asked you about the Instagram, you said that you and your partner are 50-50. Well, the reality is you didn't describe a man that's 50-50. You described a man that's superior to you in almost every which way.
Money doesn't mean anything in social media.
But you were saying that you guys are equal and he should be doing the same thing that you do. And my argument is that how can you expect that when he's the leader in the relationship? You described the guy who's
First of all, nobody's going to be a leader. It's a 50-50 relationship.
Oh, so you expect this man to make this money, be tall, both of you be alphas, be in a relationship with you, and you guys are both going to just rule together?
The point I'm trying to make is that a woman who has kids and is not an earning partner with her is going to be desperate. So as soon as you enter into a relationship with her, she's going to throw that financial desperation onto you and expect you to completely comply with her and use your wealth and resources on her and her children.
Hey, we're back in the school pickup line. Obviously, I spend my time making TikToks, but what do you do?
I wonder how long it'll be before the school realizes I don't even have kids that go here. Or that I don't even have kids.
Hey, we're back in the school pickup line. Obviously, I spend my time making TikToks, but what do you do?
I'm just thankful that your kid doesn't go to the same school as my son because I pride myself on being the hottest mom in the pickup line.
Hey, we're back in the school pickup line. Obviously, I spend my time making TikToks, but what do you do?
Dad, I think I need to go back to school. You already graduated. You don't need to go back to school. No, lately I just feel stupid.
Hey, we're back in the school pickup line. Obviously, I spend my time making TikToks, but what do you do?
I didn't know we're supposed to dress like that for school pickup. I've been wearing too much clothes this whole time.
Hey, we're back in the school pickup line. Obviously, I spend my time making TikToks, but what do you do?
Oh, I don't do much. I'm pretty lazy.
So we showed up to the school drop-off line, but there was no school today. Whoops.
As for single mothers today, they think they settled for their kid's father. They get hundreds of likes and dozens of messages on dating apps every day. Guys are pursuing them, trying to take them out constantly. None of the guys stick around but think they just haven't found the right one.
That's it for me. One drink. I gotta go pick up the kiddos from the babysitter. Oh, I totally understand. It's okay. It's a weekday. Gotta be responsible.
Take off those motherfucking drawers and give me that dick!
If it's a gamble marrying a woman today, how much greater is the gamble with a woman that has baggage from a previous marriage gone sour? It's not a matter of a man being loving to that child. It's about the woman wanting your financial help. Just don't discipline her child. Don't tell her child what to do. It's about that child not giving that man respect, because after all, you're not the father.
A lot of you like dating these like single moms that have like got massive amounts of kids already and like they're fucking like made really bad decisions. Like that's not your problem to solve. Some of you like fucking good men, guys that have great potential and things like that. And it's like you just walk into the fucking toy store and instead of the toy store and buy shit out of the box, it's brand new. You go straight into like the broken section. You're like, oh, I can fix this. Just get something better off the fucking rack that's not broken.
The reality is that dating women who are single and have children is a dangerous game altogether. One of the most important reasons for not dating such women is that it's obvious they've made some horrible decisions in the past. She's made some extremely awful decisions in the past, which is the main deterrent to dating a single woman with children.
I'm going to be aggressive because nobody wants to hear this, because what you want me to say today is actually being a single mother is totally possible. It actually isn't. It was never meant to happen for the human race, number one. Number two, single biggest determiner of whether a mother is a good mother, what do you think it is? This is going to blow your mind when I tell you the answer. Whether they have a supportive partner. The major argument for good dads is actually, can the dad be there for the mom? Because it's like a direct chain is what we see. What you see is that if you've got a father figure, basically, who's supportive to the mother's energy goes towards the children. But the second that she doesn't have that supportive energy, she collapses, is what happens. And then the kids get starved. And we are not actually supposed to be living in a single-family household, so it's supposed to be a lot more support towards mom than just dad. But I'm going with standard societal structure. You are a victim of a society that was never meant to work this way.
Another reason why dating a single woman with kids is not an ideal thing to do is because her obligation to care for and protect her child will always come first. So there is no incentive to get into a relationship with such a woman. To put it another way, in such a relationship, you can never expect to be anything other than second choice at most. You will always come last for such a woman.
I'm curious, being a single mother, do you think it's harder dating now or before you had kids?
I was
was with my ex-husband for 20 years. We were married for 14 years.
Wow.
Essentially, who was kind of the only guy that I dated, you know, dipping my foot back in the dating pool in my 40s. It's been horrible. It's been awful. I haven't dated in months. It's been a complete and total train wreck, and it's a waste of time, honestly. I think it's exhausting and just not a good place to put my energy.
In my opinion, you already know what's going to happen. You won't even play second fiddle. You'll be the one who does the cleanup. You will serve in that capacity. You will be far down the list of priorities in a single woman's life if you become involved with her, and she has already shown bad judgment in the past. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.